want to show you how to create your first form. So on the left side of your menu, go into Sites. And whenever you click in Sites, it will take you to the first tab in here, which is Funnels. Then you just need to go all the way to your right, and on your top menu, look for the word Forms. Click in here, and it will take you into the builder. So let's create our first form. On the almost top right corner, click where it says Add Form, and it will ask you if you want to start from scratch or use a template. In this case, and this time I want to show you how to start from scratch, and this will be very useful because once you know how to do a very basic form, you are able to use all of the different templates and make some edits in there. So let's do one from scratch. Click in there, and it'll take you into this white window. Now, as you can see, it says for me Form 39. For you, it might seem like Form 1, but it doesn't matter because this is the form name, and we're gonna change that in a while. Now, to create a form, as you can see on your right side, you have different fields, and this is what we call standard fields, basic fields, which are the fields that all the forms, all the basic forms are using. And this is as simple as drag and drop. Now, let's say the first thing is I'm gonna ask for first name and then last name. And then I'm gonna ask also for the phone, the email, and what else? Oh, what about the date of birth? This would be a nice touch, right? And finally, the button. So this will be very important. So the last field that you have in here all the way down is a button. So drag and drop also the button. And that's it. My form is done. Let's say that you want to add any other field. You can at any time. Now that I'm done, let's see, I want also to add, what about the state? Because the service I provide is only just for certain states, so I want to make sure they are on the correct state. So I'm adding this. And then I'm also adding, what about, I want to know like their organization, like if the company, or maybe not. So let's say that organization that I just have second thoughts, and I'm not. I no longer think that this is important, so I can simply click on the X and delete, and that's it. Now you see that the fields have disappeared. Don't freak out. Simply click again on any gray space, and it will happen. What just happened is that whenever you click on the field, it will give you the field options. But if you want to keep adding more fields in here, simply click outside and it will take you back. Easy. Now, click on each of the different fields in order to make them as a required field or not. So let's say, for example, the first name, I will click in here, and this will definitely be a required field. So I'm clicking in here. Now the last name also required. State will be required. Phone is already required in here, as you can see. Email is already required. Date of birth, that would be optional, so I'm not marking that one. And as you can see, whenever you mark those fields as required, the asterisk will appear in there, or the little star in there. Now, best practices, and pay attention to this, the best practices and lately regulations require phone not to be required. So let's remove that. And this is very important because that's a new regulation, and in order to be in compliance, we need to avoid making the phone required. I mean, you can, and this is always an option for you. But in order to avoid your form to have problems, or not to be shown, or to be canceled, or any kind of thing, just follow the rules, right? So I have already unmarked phone as required, and that's it. My form is almost done. Finally, the button. So the button shouldn't say button, right? So this is just for you. Click on your button, And on the right side, you have the options to make any edits to your button. So the first thing is that instead of the word button, I will change it to what about submit. And as you can see in here, you have also a subtext. So in here, this is totally optional. I can leave it as it is, or I can write something nice like, or clear, like click in here when you are done. Something like that. And as you can see, the letters are not clear enough, so I'm gonna change the background. So a little bit down, you have more options in here, and I'm gonna change the background to any kind of color. So let's say blue, or what about purple, right? You can choose any kind of color. And again, click again on the button, and I want to center my button, so I'm gonna click in here, or I'm gonna make it all the way to the right. What else I have in here? You are also able to make your button as a in a full width. That way it will call like it will be like more attractive, maybe not. So you have some options in here where it says button. You can toggle the option of full width, and let's see what happens. And now you have a larger button. Also, you have some options in here. So we can have a border. Let's say you can have it dotted dash line, but for now we are not seeing it because the border is at 0. Let's change that to, let's say, what about 9? And as you can see, my border color is plain or white. I can change this also. What about, and just to make my point clear, yellow. And again, so that's how dotted look like. Or I can try dash, or I can try a line. And this, and the size of this will be the border size, so I can make it as big as I want or as thinner. Yes. And let's go back into the dotted. I think this calls attention, and it's nice. And that's it. Let me show you how the line works, because the line is like a square line, but you can also play with the radius, corner radius. And let's say that I want this to be like more of an oval type. And as you can see, as I'm moving this higher, it's turning into an oval. So there you have it. We're almost done. Always remember to save, and you have your save option on the right side. Click save. And now finally, let's change my form name. And this is again our best practices. I like form 1 is telling me nothing. Go here on your right side where it says options, and make sure every time to change your form name. So instead of form 39, I'm gonna write the word form, and this is gonna be my opt-in from campaign. What kind of campaign also? What about Facebook campaign? From Facebook campaign. And also I'm gonna write the word test for me, because I'm not using this right now and I don't want to mess with my team, and I want everyone to know this is a test for now. So I'm gonna save my form, and now I'm gonna go back into my builder. And for me, this is very important. Whenever you start having tons of forms, as I do in here, whenever you create your form, you are always able to use the search bar in here, or simply clicking here on the clock icon to see the recent ones. So let's click in here. And as you can see, the first one that it will appear in here is the last one, which is the recent one. So I can click in here on my form, and it will take me in here. If I want to do any more edits, I'm able every time. So let's say I want to now add the postal code in here. And as you can see, there's no harm on it. Like it won't mess with my form. Is everything in place? Let's say that I don't want the postal code to be in here. I can simply remove and add it again. But let's say, what about at the very end? And as you can see, if I move all the way around, I can choose where to put it. Like there's no need to put all of your options all the time at the end or at the top. You can put it whatever you want. And if you simply don't like it, simply remove and add again. And that's it. Again, best practices, always remember to save. And that's it. See you on our next video. Bye.